Hey guys, it's Angelique, and today I'm out here at Smail Honda to take a first look at the all-new 2019 Honda Passport. This is the all-wheel drive Elite model, so let's go ahead and dive in. So right in the front here, the first thing you see is this big Honda emblem. A lot of manufacturers are doing that nowadays. It just really makes the car stand out right from the jump. You have the grille that has kind of the rectangular pattern to it, and then you see nice, big, aggressive headlights. The headlights and the fog lights are all LED. You kind of have that Joe-Eye style, just a really attractive front to this new Passport. Coming around the side here, this Passport is in crystal black. Now you may remember the original Honda Passport that ran in the late 1990s up into the early 2000s. This is different than that. This is just on Honda's platform, same platform as the Pilot, except it is 6 inches shorter than the Pilot and 10 inches longer than the CR-V. So this model fits nicely between those two. This one, the all black, comes all the way around to the back here. Again, you do have nice big LED taillights. So the back is aggressive. You see your badging, Passport. This is the Elite model, and this is all-wheel drive. It also has the dual exhaust sticking out there. The new Honda Passport comes standard with 20-inch wheels, so on these all-wheel drive models, you do get 8.4 inches of ground clearance. That is the highest ground clearance of all the 2019 Honda models, including the Ridgeline. So this Passport was really built to go off-road, get off the beaten path. So to get inside here, it does have the keyless entry. So as long as you have that key fob on you, you just go ahead, reach behind the handle, the vehicle will automatically unlock, and you can open it right up. There's also the little button on here. When you want to lock the vehicle, you just press that button and the vehicle will lock. You never have to take that key fob out of your pocket. Now on the door here, there's a ton of storage space. I know for me personally, I'm always needing more place to stick maps, cubs, anything that I just need to shove in my car. The Passport really provides you plenty of options for that. You have big deep pockets here, smaller pockets for pen or quick grab items, a nice little cup holder here, and then another smaller pocket up top for change, just anything you want to keep within quick reach on this door. You do have your controls for your automatic windows, your standard lock and unlock buttons. Here are your settings to set your seat memory. And then down here right on the door, you'll actually find your buttons to pop open your fuel and to open the hatch. Now, the 2019 Honda Passport does come standard with Honda Sensing. So that's Honda's suite of just driver assist technology, safety technologies. So coming right in here, you're going to see some of your buttons for that. You can turn on and off your parking sensors. You can turn on and off your emergency braking, and you can turn on and off your lane keeping assist software. And then, of course, your traction control is pretty standard on most vehicles nowadays. You will find your controls for your mirrors on this side panel here instead of on your door. All automatic mirrors you can control. And then you also have your button for your Econ, so that's just a drive mode that's basically going to get you more fuel efficiency. Down bottom here, you'll see your release for your hood. And then coming in, this will actually be your pedal for your emergency brake. So looking at the steering wheel here, it is a leather wrapped steering wheel. I think it looks a lot more simplified than some vehicles nowadays. There's not too many confusing buttons for you to look at. It's pretty straightforward, nice lines. On the left side here, you'll see all your audio controls and your controls for your Bluetooth whenever you connect your phone, for your voice controls, calling in and out. You can also use these buttons to scroll through the settings on your infotainment system in front of you. Coming around to the right side, you have most of your controls for your adaptive cruise control. So you can change the distance at which you're following the vehicle in front of you. You can change your speed for your cruise control, and you can turn it on and off. You also do have your button here for the heated steering wheel. On the left behind the steering wheel, you have your standard knob for your turn signals. This does have the automatic headlights, which you can leave on. On the right, you have your standard control for your windshield wipers, and then right behind your windshield wipers control, you will see the buttons to adjust the brightness on your screens. And mounted on the back of the steering wheel, this Passport does have the paddle shifters. On the touchscreen, you can run through all your settings. You can actually shift around your blocks and customize your menu however you would like, whatever's convenient for you. Coming down from your screen here, you'll start to see your climate controls. This does have the dual climate zones, so you can have different temperatures set for either side of the car. And then this Elite model does have the heated and ventilated seats. So you're going to see two little buttons down here for the driver and passenger. The top is for your heated seats. There's 3 options for that. And the bottom button is for your ventilated seats, which also has 3 options. Right in between those buttons, there's a nice little cubby here. This is just a little extra storage. Toss a wallet in there, toss a cell phone in there. And then on this Elite model, underneath that cubby, you will find the wireless charging pad. So this is just a nice pad in the middle. You toss your phone there as long as it's a smartphone that is enabled with wireless charging, and you can charge without having to deal with all the hassles of extra charging cords, wires, or anything being in your way. If you do need to plug something in, right above your wireless charging pad, you will find your USB port and your 12-volt plug to plug in chargers or whatever you may need to charge via plug. Into the middle here where your controls are, you do have your giant cup holders there. There's plenty of space to put a giant bottle in there. They're very large. And then next to that, you'll see your shifting system. This does have the buttons, which you may have seen in the Honda Pilot or a few other vehicles. So it's just really easy to just hit those buttons to run through your shifting instead of your standard shifting knob. So right under your standard shifting, your parking, reverse, drive, neutral, you will see 2 extra buttons. This top one here is for your drive mode. So when you press that on your screen, you'll get a little diagram and you can change through normal, snow, mud, and sand drive modes. Again, this Passport is built for adventure. It's built to go off-road, so you can just go ahead and adjust your drive mode for whatever terrain you may be encountering at that moment. Right underneath that drive mode button, you will see a little button with kind of an a circle around it, and it says off. So that is where you have the option to disable your auto engine idle stop. So the Honda Passport does have the setting where if your engine is idling, the vehicle will shut itself off. That kind of just saves you fuel, but if you don't want to use that, you do have a button there to easily turn it off. Right in the middle here, instead of your big standard armrest that comes up, it's kind of this nice refined little middle console. You can set things on this, or if you do want to open it, you will find your additional storage. It's really deep down in there, and then you also find some extra plugs. So this is where you will find your auxiliary plug, and you will also find another 12-volt outlet. If you just want to plug chargers in there, toss something in there, you can probably throw a tablet in there, anything, just have it charging, close it up, and you have just a nice little surface there to set anything you may need to keep next to you, a map, or whatever you need, just an easy reach. Coming up above you, this Elite model does have the power sunroof, so that is where you will find your settings for that. Everything is nicely labeled. You can easily tell what every button is. So you'll see up top, it will say open. You can just go ahead and push that button, and your sunroof will open all the way automatically for you. Underneath, you may see it says close. You push that button forward, and the sunroof will close. You do have 2 overhead lights here, which you can turn on if you need to see something in the dark, and you can change those settings so those will either be all the way off, they will come on when the door opens, or they will just stay on. The Passport is equipped with some emergency settings, so you'll see it says assist and link. You can press those if you're ever in an emergency, in a crash, or you're stranded somewhere, and that will call out for emergency responders. And then just your nice standard holder for sunglasses, and it does have a nice little convenient mirror so you can check and see if those sunglasses are looking good on you when you take them out of their little cubby. So right on your rear view mirror, there are 3 buttons, so you can go ahead and set settings to open garage doors. And then next to that, you'll see a little power button that will light up green, or you can turn it off. And that is just your control to turn on and off the power auto dimming rear view mirror. Coming down the dash here on the passenger side, you'll see the little handle for your glove box. So you just pull that handle, your glove box will open down. It's nice and thick, so if you want to put something heavy in there, you don't have to worry about this breaking open or anything like that. It's a nice thick glove box, pretty large. You can fit a tablet, a computer in there. You can shut it up, and then you'll see there is a lock. So if you do put any electronic in there, anything valuable, you can lock your glove box and no one will be able to pop that handle. Now coming in the back seat here, this is a larger crossover SUV. It doesn't have the 3rd row like the Pilot, but there's still plenty of room for passengers. There are kids back here. You will see on the back of the seats, not only does it have those little pockets for extra storage, there's actually a quick grab pocket. So this is really nice to just throw a cell phone in and it doesn't fall in there and disappear. That's just a nice little touch that the Passport has. It does also have the climate controls for this back row. So there's the full slew of settings, and then this is the Elite model, so it does have the heated back seats. So there's a button for both the left and the right back seats, and they can just turn that on and off and have heated seats back here. You will find your additional ports. You have 2 USB ports, and on this Elite model and also on the Touring model, there is a 115 volt plug. So you pop that right open, and this is a regular outlet like you would see in a house. You can plug in a laptop charger or just anything you may need to use in the back seat here. So that's a really nice feature to have. You may notice that the floor back here is completely flat. So there's no dealing with that weird hump in the middle, so your middle passenger has their knees up in the air. It's nice and flat. It gives you more leg room for your passengers, and it also makes it really easy for loading any cargo or tossing gear in here because you have a completely flat surface. On the doors here, continuing just like in the front, there's so much storage. There's little pockets down here, a quick grab pocket, one deeper pocket, and then each door has 2 cup holders. So you don't just have like 1 cup holder in the middle, there's 4 cup holders just in this back seat. And then there is also the quick grab pocket if you have change or coins or anything you may need to toss in that little pocket. The Passport does also have the really nice feature of the window shades. So you'll see a little tab. You just go ahead and pull up on that. There's little hooks up top. You hook it and that gives you a nice shade from any sun's rays. And that can also be used if you're camping or anything. It kind of works like a little bug screen. So that's a nice built-in feature that this Passport has. Just shows you that it's really ready to get out there, hit the trails, hit the road, and you pretty much have everything you need. Now, as if the 4 cup holders on the doors weren't enough, you can go ahead and pull down this middle console. And it's a nice armrest, but it also gives you 2 additional cup holders. So, I mean, I like to have a lot of drinks. I have coffee, I have water, especially when I'm traveling. You can never understate the importance of cup holders. You can never have too many cup holders. And there's 6 of them just back here in this back seat. Now, if you do have children that you're putting in here, especially younger children, and you need to strap in car seats, the Passport has this mount right up on the ceiling here. It tucks away nicely. You can pull it out and then you'll see you have all of your anchors to strap in a car seat, and then you can just tuck it right back up out of the way. Now, this Elite model does have the hands-free power liftgate. So if your vehicle is locked or anything, you come out, as long as you have that key fob in your pocket, you just go ahead and give it a tap on the bumper there, and it will open right up. You never have to touch it, never have to take that key out of your pocket. Now, this Passport does have top of its class cargo space. So inside here, you're gonna max out at 77.9 cubic feet of cargo space. That is plenty of room to haul any gear you may need. You could even sleep in here. Right on the sides, you'll see 2 little buttons. This pops down your seats. You do have the 60-40 split. So you just one hand press that button and it'll fold down flat. Those buttons are on both sides. On the left side, you had your 60. On the right side here, you have your button for your 40. So that's super easy, literally a small button. Anyone can pop those seats right down, and then you'll see this opens up completely flat and you have plenty of space. Now, the back row in this Passport also moves forward. So as if this flat area is not enough, you go ahead and there's a lever on the front, you pull it and this just kind of extends it, gives you an extra few inches of space. Back in your cargo space, you will find another 12 volt power outlet, so you can plug in chargers back here, anything you want, and then just have it back here in your cargo space. On either side, you have 2 additional little cubbies. The one on the left is pretty deep, the one on the right is a little more shallow, just for throwing extra tools, quick grab items you may need. And then, as if all of this cargo space was not enough, you do have a little basement storage area. So you'll see a little handle here. You just go ahead and pull up on that. And you see the first cubby. It's a nice big area. This is actually removable plastic. So if you throw muddy items in there, you can take it out. Really easy to hose out and clean. And then you can lift up fully. And there's another pocket there for extra gear. And you will find your spare tire. This Passport is super square, so you have your nice big entrance here, and then the handle here is actually pretty low for as much space as you get, so anyone can reach it. Right next to the handle, you'll see your button. We're gonna go ahead, close this door. This is our showroom Passport, so we have to leave this one inside. It's a rainy day, so we're gonna jump in another Elite model and take you for a test drive. And I think this thing looks awesome with the white, the black accents, the black wheels. I just wanted to make sure you got a chance to go ahead and check this out. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this passport on the road. First, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the backup camera. There are 3 different angles where you can view your backup camera. So we're straight back now. You can go to the second one, and you can go to the third one, which gives you the straight down view. This one is especially handy if you're trying to back up close to something. You can see it right in your camera view, and you can get as close as possible. As we start to back up, as I turn the wheel, it does have the predictive lines, so it will actually show me where the car will end up as I'm backing up. Now it does have the parking sensors, so I'm going to go ahead and try to back up close to the car behind me so we can get those sensors to beep and show you what it does. So you see, as I'm getting close, it'll start to beep, and the closer you get, the faster the beeping becomes. So with those parking sensors, it will also sense if there's people behind you. So as you can see, if there's a pedestrian walking behind you while you're in reverse, it will still beep and flash at you to let you know someone's coming from what side and that they're very close to your vehicle. So it's a little rainy outside, it's a little chilly. I went ahead and I turned on that heated steering wheel before we pulled out because I'm always cold. And I will say this thing heats up fast and it gets really warm. So that's definitely nice. I also have my heated seats on. The heated seats are on in the back. It's nice and warm in here, nice and comfortable. So I went around there and I did a quick U-turn to turn around and get us back on track. And this thing has a nice turning radius, which again just kind of goes along with that. Get it out on the trails, get driving. You can pretty much get through any kind of little nooks and crannies, turn around on the trail. That's just a really nice feature. When you're sitting in here, it's roomy. It's nice and big. You have a lot of space. It is a little bit smaller than the Pilot, but it is way bigger than the CR-V. So you have plenty of room, you kind of sit up high. It just really feels like you're driving a nice, big, boxy, old school style SUV. I really love this Passport. So on the steering wheel, next to your heated steering wheel settings, you do have the setting for your lane keep assist. So that differs from the road departure mitigation in that it's a little bit more of an active system. So if I start to drift across any of these white lines, that lane keep assist will physically steer the steering wheel and it'll pull the vehicle back between those lines. So to demonstrate that lane keeping assist, I'm going to purposely try to drift over one of these lines here. And you can see that the vehicle always wants to go ahead and pull me back into the center. So with the Honda Sensing, you do also get those blind spot sensing monitors. It's a little bit different than some vehicles. Instead of actually being in your side mirrors, it's right on the side that's mounted inside the vehicle here. So whenever a vehicle tries to pass you or gets behind you in your blind spot, a little orange light will light up right there and you can clearly see that there's a vehicle in your passing zone. So we're gonna go ahead and let some vehicles pass us in the right lane here to see if we can demonstrate that blind spot sensing light for you. And not only does it light up, but if there is a vehicle in your blind spot and you turn on your turn signal, it will flash and beep at you. Now going along with the size of this Passport, you have huge windows all the way around. So your front windshield is very big, your side windows are big, you even have little extra windows in front of your side window that just really adds to the visibility. The Honda Passport does come standard with the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you have a smartphone, you can go ahead and plug that in and everything like your maps and certain things like that will show from your smartphone up onto your big 8-inch screen here. The seats do have this nice little fold down armrest. So even though you don't have that big armrest in the middle, you do have a nice little comfortable area. You can kind of sit back, relax. I have so much space in this seat. I don't feel constricted at all. I have plenty of space. Everything's nicely sized. The steering wheel is a nice size. It's just really nice to drive. You do have your infotainment screen right in front of you, so you can go through a couple settings on that. It does have the torque, the vectoring, all-wheel drive system, so you can see that in action right on your infotainment screen. For me, I was really excited to see this Passport come out. I am someone that really loves outdoor activities. I bike, I hike, I camp a lot, and this really seems like the perfect fit for that. Not only am I sitting high up off the ground, again, this all-wheel drive has the 8.4 inches of ground clearance, With the two-wheel drive, you are going to go down to 7.8 inches, but you still have plenty of ground clearance, those nice big wheels. It can take me anywhere I need to go, and once I get there, I can fit my bike in here, I can fit all my camping gear. I could even sleep in here very easily. I could fold down those back seats and I could just have this as my full overlanding style vehicle, and I could just camp for a few days and be perfectly fine. So that's my favorite thing about this Passport, is it's such a versatile vehicle. You can literally go from the trails to your morning work commute and you're comfortable. It can handle anything you throw at it. I think this is just a really nice all-around vehicle. It's the perfect fit for a lot of people that may not have felt like another SUV was kind of meeting all of their needs. I really think this Passport will do anything you ask it to. Thanks for watching my review and first impressions of the all-new 2019 Honda Passport Elite. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Visit us online at smailhonda.com or stop right off Route 30 in Greensburg and come check it out.